Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. When we say the Shahadat, it translates as we testify or bear witness. What does this mean when in reality, physically we are not seeing or witnessing, yet we say bear witness?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What we're doing actually is just imitating for right now. We haven't reached to that reality. We're imitating. We call ourselves Muslims because we say that Shahadat, but a Muslim means someone who is submitted. Now this comes sincerity. If we are sincere, we say no, we haven't submitted. Just like once upon a time, our grand Sheikh was, our great grand Sheikh, Sheikh Abdullah. He was in Mecca and he was performing his Hajj. And there was this crazy person, this Mazub, and those ones, they witness certain things from high stations and their brains cannot take it, their capacity, physical capacity cannot take it, something short circuits. You understand? So they are crazy. To the outside people, they're crazy, but they know they're Allah and Allah knows them. They are high station ones. He came to Shaykh Abdullah and he says, "Oh Shaykh," he said, "are you a Muslim?" And Shaykh Abdullah smiled and says, "Oh my son, I've been asking myself that question all of these years, my whole life, every day, am I a Muslim?" And then Mazub started laughing and laughing. "Ah, ha, 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 ha. You passed, oh my Shaykh," kissing his hand. He says, "So many they fail. I asked this question to so many proud ones, and they even beat me up to say, how dare you ask me if I'm a Muslim? I'm here in Mecca, I'm making tawaf, I'm a scholar, I'm a sheikh, I'm a this, I'm a that." You're the only one. Says, yes. You understand now? So now, this, you cannot understand this without spirituality now. There is the, what we're doing right now, in order to follow, there is taqlid. Taqlid means imitation. Right now we're just imitating. We imitate. Once we start doing it, and we do it sincerely, and we do it more, and then we start to feel, we start to experience. And if you are not going to experience and feel it in this world, in the next world they will give it to you, because you are sincerely looking for it. Yes, it is true. I've given so many sohbats about the Shahadat and how this is witnessing. Islam, Iman, and what? Ihsan. These are the principles. The principles of Islam, Iman, and Ihsan. Islam. The principles of Islam, what are they? The 5 pillars of Islam. So saying, for example, the rukun of the Islam, it is the activities that you have to do. It is to say the Shahadat. It is to pray 5 times. What else? It is to give zakat. It is to fast. It is to go to the Hajj. These are the obligations that the Muslims need to do. Now, the principles of belief, amantu billahi, to believe in Allah, the angels, the books, what else? The prophets, and the day of judgment, good and bad coming from Allah. Now this is belief, believing in Allah and His angels. Now this is belief. You don't see Allah. So many, they don't see the angels. Majority, they don't say, I see angel. Like today Muslims are saying, oh, angel woke me up. Prophet ﷺ, when he saw the angel, he got sick. He got sick. Who you think you are? You saying angel came like this and like that to you? So the angels, the books, the prophets, and all these things. Now, this concerns belief. It is not tangible. It is not according to your 5 senses. Now, the belief now in something that you cannot see, that is not in the 5 senses. It is a reality. It is a reality, another reality other than the reality of your 5 senses now. But it is there. And there's so many levels of that reality also. So this is what It is in our religion, in our belief, that we have to believe. Even if you don't experience it, you don't experience it yet, just because you don't experience doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Other people have experienced. Who is the one who's telling us this? Those who have experienced. The prophets are telling us this. The companions are telling us this. The salihin, the righteous ones, the awliya, they're telling us this. They have experienced and they say, good. Now, although you haven't experienced, the reason why you haven't experienced all this is because you are putting your desires and your ego and the world and your anger and all these things is in front of you. Try removing them a little bit and you can start to experience a little bit more. Now, this is why it is important to have spirituality in religion now. Not just to do the things, to pray up and down, to go around the Kaaba, tawaf like that, like a blind person. Now you have to know why you're doing it. So after all those activities, now, once you understand what it is, now those activities are not just physical activities. Those activities have a much higher purpose and much higher experience and reality. Because, don't you understand, even in the rukun of Islam, to say the Shahadat, it is just saying, but it is not just saying. In fact, it is the highest point to say the Shahadat. There are 73 branches in Islam. The highest is to say La ilaha illallah. And this is what Sufism and Tariqat is concentrating on. The meaning, not just to say there is no deity except for Allah, but it is to experience that. But first, before you experience Allah, the kalima, the sentence, the ayat there is La ilaha illallah. La, no ilah, no deity except for Allah. So unless you are witnessing that you are saying no, you are denying, you are killing, you are putting aside all other ilahs, you will not be able to know Allah. You will not be able to. This is what tariqat, especially Nakshibendi tariqat, is concentrating on. Other tariqats, they may concentrate on Allah. You understand? But we are concentrating on La ilaha. So, then there is ihsan. And the ihsan is teaching us, that is even more spiritual now. The ihsan is now, you see, all the other principles is 5, there is 6, but ihsan there is only 1. And this one seems to cover everything. Because this one is saying, worship Allah as if you see Him. If you don't see Him, to know that He sees you. Now, can we say Allah is seeing us only when we worship Him? If we don't worship Him, then He doesn't see us, He doesn't care, He is not active. So meaning, as much as you know that Allah is watching you, that time worship Him and remember Him. So now everything, your whole inna salati wa nuhsuki wa mahyaya mamat, everything that you're doing, your life, your death, your activities, your worship, it is for the sake of Allah. Then that time, you are walking on the way of the Sahabis and the Prophet ﷺ. Because they don't separate themselves when they're sitting, when they're standing, when they're playing, when they're eating, when they're sleeping. Nothing is separating them from knowing their Allah and their Allah looking at them. So, taqlid is imitation. We imitate slowly under the guidance of a master. Is going to make you to take step by step to be able to remove things that stops you from experiencing. It stops you from experiencing. Then you are going to know. One thing we have to ask. People say, I want to testify, I want to bear witness, I want to see, I want to witness. Then I'm going to ask, you don't even know what you're saying. Because I will ask you, why do you want to witness? If you witness, then what? If you cannot answer, you say you witness, and then what? If you cannot have a good answer to this question, then you must go back and you must try to understand what is the reason that you want to witness to. Because that witnessing has a lot of responsibility. Are you able to carry it? May Allah make us to become sincere, inshallah. Fatiha.